Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus is a Gothic novel written by Mary Shelley in 1880 that tells the story of a scientist, Victor Frankenstein, who is able to bring corpses to life using electricity. The novel is written in the form of a frame story as a series of letters written by Captain Robert Walton, so it's an epistolary novel. Victor Frankenstein's story begins in his childhood, when during a thunderstorm, his young eyes saw a lightning strike a dead tree outside his family's home. Victor then decided to know more about the power of electricity and then began to study the effects of the electricity on corpses, finding that it was possible to revive dead tissue. He quickly managed to assemble a horrible human body and give him life. Being scared of the physical aspect of his self-made monster, Frankenstein escapes to the station, where he ran into his dear friend Henry Clerval. Meanwhile, the monster had run away, trying to interact with people. But he was enormous in stature and had a horrible face, and the people threw stones against him, making him run to a house inhabited by two young people, a boy and a girl, and an old man who proved to be blind. Hiding in a hut built against the house, he slowly figured out how to speak by watching them, and one day, when the blind man was home alone, he decided to get in and speak to him. The old man was very friendly, but when the two young people got back to the house, the boy started to hit him, forcing him to flee away. But despite his physical aspect, the monster was a good creature, so much that he saved a drowning girl, but his reward was a bullet in his arm. Later, he also accidentally killed Dr. Frankenstein's little brother, William. At first, he felt guilty, but then he thought it was an opportunity to get Frankenstein's attention and ask him for a female monster by promising him he would disappear forever. At first, Dr. Frankenstein refused to create another monster because it might become another killer, but later he felt guilty and accepted the monster's request. However, just before completing the creation of the female monster, he thought he was doing the wrong thing, so he started to destroy the woman monster he had almost brought to life. But the monster saw him and decided to make Victor's life a hell, starting by murdering his best friend Harry. A few days later, the monster also killed Victor's future wife, Elizabeth. Dr. Frankenstein, having nothing left to lose, decided to dedicate the rest of his life chasing the monster. Victor followed him to the North Pole, then a great storm broke the ice and carried the monster away. Nearly died, Victor was rescued by Captain Walton, to whom he told his story. After that, just before dying, Dr. Frankenstein asks Captain Walton to chase and kill the monster.
Now, let's give an interpretation of this novel. The Frankenstein novel mixed lots of thematics absolutely not discounted, like social prejudice and racism. It also put the reader in continuous reflection on character decision. It's not possible to fully empathize on their choices and their point of view. Most of Victor Frankenstein's fears are well founded, but the ideas on their relationship with the monster can't be shared. Also, the monster has many reasons to be angry with mankind, but the way he wants to get his revenge are unacceptable. There's also an aspect of this novel that we can't ignore. The author of the Modern Prometheus was a woman, and the society of the 90s was very male-dominated. Thinking about a female author in that century was not that obvious as nowadays. Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus is a very important novel even in this point of view. We can also associate the main thematics of the story to many aspects of our society.